are you today? Let's do a live video. And as you see, the topic is how to do your own social media yourself. How to DIY your social media. Now we are in a country, India, and we have lived by the concept called Jugaad. For me, Jugaad and DIY, they sound a little parallel to each other. Do you agree? Alright, even if you do or not. DIY is like a more polished word. Jugaad is, alright, let's manage it our own way. Let's do it ourselves. We can pull it up and together and with whatever resources we have and not spend much money, time or resources into it. And a lot of small business organizations, small business companies, small business entrepreneurs, they have taken to doing their own social media themselves, There's nothing wrong in it. A lot of companies exist which might not be having a website, which might not be having an online existence anywhere else, but they want a Facebook page, but they want an Instagram account. There's nothing wrong in it. It's a beautiful place to put your products, to put your services there and reach out to people. But there are ways how you do it, and how you do it right is important. Now, I tried working on this context of how people do their own social media themselves, even though I feel that it is a much more challenging and daunting task and better left to a person who knows what the person is doing. But the media agencies, they come at such a big price tag that a lot of people shy away from outsourcing it, or they don't want to outsource it because of the cost factor involved. But I'm sure you'll find a lot of social media people out there who are evangelists, who are doing well, who have a hang of the social, and they will do it for you, and you need not have a big price tag attached to it. The media agencies, of course, they come expensive. Today is a generation which runs on a category of niche. For every sector, you'll find there are several niches that have come up. There are several areas where people are working. Social media itself is such a huge thing. There's SEO, there's creative designing, there is scheduling, monitoring the posts, analytics. Oh my God, there's so much. But for a small and medium enterprise, how can you do your own social is the agenda for today's talk, for today's live topic. I will touch base upon 3 main social platforms: Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Now, what is important is you just don't shoot your product or service on the social media. You have to engage with your community. You have to build your community on the platform which is owned by Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, whatever. And connect with people, really connect with people and be of help to them, not just spam them or shoot them with your advertising messages. No. There is a very big myth that a lot of agents, a lot of business people or people who want to do social for their organizations need to understand that social media doesn't run on creatives alone. A lot of companies, clients, they are hell-bent upon having nice creatives. But what are the creators going to do for you if you don't have an engagement, if you don't have likes, if you're not posting things which your audience wants to know? Everybody wants to talk of what they are, but you need to touch your audience sentiments, their problems, their necessities, their requirements, and then do things on social accordingly. How is your product going to solve the audience's problem? Now, without going into the length of it, let's quickly touch base upon doing Facebook. Now, we believing a lot of small businesses have flat structure. Flat structure means, hi Vandana, you've joined in, thank you for watching me live. A lot of organizations have flat structure, which means that they don't believe into having too many managers. They want to do their own things, they delegate, they have responsibilities, and they take up themselves. Buffer is an online company which has 75 employees, and it is a flat management system. That means there are no managers. When you are at a particular level, your responsibility is this much and you take care of it. And when we do our own social media, want to do it ourselves, everything ourselves. So Facebook is a place where you need to know when you have to post, how often you have to post, and what works well. Facebook allows characters of 63,000 characters. What are you going to write there in that post with that one image? Well, it depends whether you want to engage or you want a call. You want to engage with your audience, or you want them to take an action, go to your website, click the link. So shorter ones work well when you want them to take an action, and when you want them to engage, you can have longer descriptions on your Facebook photo or post. Explore with Facebook videos, live videos. They're doing great, just that I'm making use of the time now. They're doing well. And yes, the creators have to be aesthetically placed. 9 to 10 p.m. is the peak time for social media posts. You can schedule your posts on Facebook very easily. And when you set up that page, look into all the details about us. What is your website, what is your phone number, what's your email contact. Set up the template that you want. If it's a retail store, if it's a restaurant, if it's a person who's branding himself or herself, choose your template as well. And what type of content works? Short content is good to get clicks. You can ask them questions. Are you having trouble with a particular thing? And top tricks to learn how to beat the heat. Or you can write down top 3 tips. Yes, ask them a question. Let's understand a few more factors on Facebook before we move ahead to Twitter and to Instagram very quickly. Yes, give them a list, give them a content in the post. Facebook accepts a size of 1200 into 630. Now when it comes to creative designing, we'll come back to it at the end of it. They're very important creative tools that you can use to do your own social media. Let's move on to Instagram. Well, I'm in love with Instagram as of now, and I'm working hard to build my own base and to help my clients achieve on social media on Instagram as of now. 700 million users. Oh my god, and 50% of them log in daily, and 200 million Instagram story views happen every day, and it's a whooping number. Instagram is just taking over everything, and I believe that I had to move a little bit and find a better position because the connection's poor today. Bear with me. Let's talk about doing Twitter. Alright, Twitter has... No, let's talk about Instagram. Instagram lets you use 2,200 characters, and you need to be smart. You can do microblogging on Instagram. That is sharing a snippet of your post of what you're doing on Instagram, of the post that says a part of it. You can write the stories about what happens behind the scenes, or you can, if you're posting a recipe, you can write down the recipe to your dish. Yes, why not? And then say, link in the bio, please go to my website and find out the rest of the link. Or if you want to buy some products, you can do it there. And Instagram, next, what is important is hashtag. Yes, hashtags are very important. You need to be knowing how to use your hashtags very well. 11 hashtags and more give you much better engagement. Yes, they do. And then take care of your captions, take care of your visual. The visual is very important on Instagram. Unlike other platforms, Instagram brings up posts where the images are really nice, beautiful, where the light is playing a role. Take your images in outright sunlight. You did not have an SLR camera. A phone is enough. A smartphone with a good camera is enough for that. And write your bio very well on Instagram. And engage. Yes, engage every day, 15 minutes on Instagram. Use it magnifying button. Go explore, find out your client, where your clients are, and if required, go jump into an Instagram business profile. Yes, you get to see the insights on Instagram if you are on a business account, and a lot more. And also you need to be, focusing on your client base, not doing your searches here and there, because your explore button is going to show you based on your activity. Now let's jump to Twitter. 150 characters or less. Links work well on Twitter, and you need to be very smart at crafting the message on Twitter, because Twitter will not give you results if you're not putting your message on those little lines, on those very few lines that you have. You need to be smart at using Twitter and use those, and a link has to go on it. Twitter is not for chatting. Twitter is not for commenting yes, no, or just retweeting or stuff like that. You need to be smart at using Twitter. Make lists, use GIFs, use videos, use photographs. The photos that work well for Instagram are of the size of 1080 into 1080. However, you can use vertical and horizontal posts as well on Instagram now. And on Twitter, the size that works well is 440 into 220 pixels, of course. Now we have to get into a little bit of automation so that things happen automatically. Scheduling helps. 3 top tools that I would suggest for scheduling and for automating: TweetDeck, Buffer, and Hootsuite. They are amazing apps. I'm in love with Buffer. I'm in love with Hootsuite. I use TweetDeck daily. They let you put all your social media in one place and schedule your posts. They work very well for people who are having just one profiles. That's comes free. And when you have more than one profiles, when you're managing multiple accounts, those are for people like me. We have to go pro and to get more social accounts in one place. Now, one big hurdle which I know all the small businesses or people who are managing their own social media face is creatives. I don't know Photoshop. Yes, I don't know how to design my creatives, but over a period of time I've been doing DIY stuff on my own before I plan to outsource it to somebody else. And I happen to explore a lot of apps, some beautiful apps. Top apps that I'm using right now, I'll tell you. For overlaying text on your photo, for designing your simple creative, the latest one is, yes, Adobe Spark. Try it out. Canva as well. Canva works well. Pexels, P-E-X-E-L-S, pexels.com. You can get free images there. Pablo by Buffer, P-A-B-L-O. Pablo by Buffer, again, you can get a lot of free images there, and even design a little bit here and there. Over is a nice app to design your creatives in your own phone. PixArt is amazing. It has a lot of tools within the app that you can use, but the simplest ones I would say Adobe Spark as of now, and Over as of now. And all of this happens on your phone. You don't have to be knowing Photoshop or this, that, those tools, this tools to do your simple creatives. Again, don't be self-boosting or promoting all the time. Pay an attention to what your audience wants to know on the social media. A lot of people make social media as their catalog, online catalog. But at times pay attention to what your audience wants to know, or what are their pain points. Even if you're talking about, let's say, a bottle, a thermal bottle, let's say, insulated bottle, which helps your child's water stay cold or warm as you give it to them. Don't just show your product there. Ask them a question. Are you facing a problem wherein your child has to drink hot water in school, or wherein your child has to drink too cold water into school, or something like that, something that helps them solve a problem? Do you want to know how to keep food fresh for longer in the tiffin box? And then show your product there. So there's a way how you put forward your content. And besides, and you have any queries, leave those to me in the comment box. My blog will come up where I'll be putting a lot of links, a lot of app tools that I'm using, and how to evolve into social media gradually. And pay attention to one or two platforms as of now, be it Pinterest, YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook, or Twitter, and you'll get your results. Thank you. Bye-bye.